Welcome to the September edition of the Montana Air National Guard Report, a broadcast news program produced by members of the 120th Fighter Wings Public Affairs Office. I'm Staff Sergeant Lindsay Soulsby. We begin with a look at the restoration of a local landmark by 120th Fighter Wing Airmen. Senior Master Sergeant Eric Peterson brings us the story.
5 Montana Air National Guard airmen spent the first days of September repairing the exterior of an F102 Delta Dagger placed on static display in the Great Falls Lions Park. The 120th Fighter Wing aircraft maintenance personnel stepped up to restore the older fighter aircraft after it began showing the effects of exposure to 43 years of direct sunlight and the harsh elements of the weather.
There's sun damage that goes ahead and bleaches out the paint. Wind, rain, just any sort of erosion, any sort of weather can cause it over time.
120th Maintenance Group personnel have always gone the extra mile when it comes to the appearance of the aircraft assigned to the fighter unit. This pride and ownership carried over to the quality of work performed on the vintage aircraft, even though most of the Guard personnel working on the project weren't even born when the F102 flew missions in the sky over Montana.
Pretty interesting. The plane was actually put here in, I believe it says August of 1970. I was 2 months old. The way that the aircraft looks is a reflection of us at the Montana Air National Guard and the pride that we take in our aircraft.
During the restoration work, several local residents stopped to talk to the airmen about the project and thank them for their service. Motorists driving down the nearby avenue honked and waved to the team as they worked on the aircraft.
They support us pretty well, and being a part of the community, it's great to give back when we can.
The airmen were glad to help improve the look of a local landmark that was made of an aircraft once flown by members of their unit. In Great Falls, Montana, this is Senior Master Sergeant Eric Peterson reporting.
The Montana Air National Guard hosted a senior enlisted leader during the August UTA. Senior Airman Nicholas Asmussen tells us how the airmen responded to the visit.
The Command Chief Master Sergeant of the Air National Guard recently visited Montana to encourage the men and women of the 120th Fighter Wing. Chief Master Sergeant James Hotaling called upon airmen to renew their commitment to the profession of arms by reminding them that they are highly trained and resilient professionals.
Is change constant? You betcha. Is change constant in the Montana Air National Guard lately? You betcha, right? But it's okay. It's okay because we are all what? Professionals.
Chief Hotaling, the highest enlisted member of all Air National Guard units, commented on the long history of the Montana Air National Guard. He recalled the many different types of aircraft the 120th Fighter Wing has flown. He reminded airmen that what has ultimately made the unit successful is not the aircraft.
You're always going to have different aircraft. Are we still flying the Wright Flyer? Nope, right? Aircraft change, but what's the one thing that never changes? People. The strength of the Montana Air National Guard is you folks. It's not what iron is out there. It's the people. It's the strength of our profession.
The chief took many questions during the highly interactive briefing and promised airmen that he would take their concerns back to senior leadership. Senior Airman Nicholas Asmussen, Great Falls, Montana.
Spouses and family members of 120th Fighter Wing members received a briefing from the commander during this year's Family Day. Colonel Hronik briefed the audience on details of the unit's conversion from F-15 Eagles to C-130 Hercules aircraft. Senior Master Sergeant Eric Peterson brings us the story.
An aircraft conversion might require unit members to retrain into new job specialties. Major career changes can be stressful and confusing, and airmen may not always share the information with their families. For this reason, spouses and family members were invited to listen to the latest news concerning the conversion.
And those spouses are a great deal of support that can help our airmen, succeed and kind of deal with some of the changes, especially a lot of the changes that are going on right now with the conversion.
The Family Day event offered an opportunity to provide important information that airmen, their spouses, and family members can use to their benefit.
A series of briefings was a direction from the wing commander to make sure that our spouses were being informed on the new C-130 mission conversion, and also making sure they understood the resources that were available to them when it came to resiliency with like our airmen and all the challenges that we're facing, because without the resilient family, we're not going to have resilient airmen.
Some unit members and their spouses are often unaware of the multitude of resources available to help them through financial difficulties or issues related to military service. That's where programs offered by Malmstrom Air Force Base, the Montana Air National Guard, and state agencies can help.
There are tons of programs that people are eligible for that are very useful, beneficial. The more awareness we can bring to that, the more information we can put out there and present to them, the more informed they're going to feel, and hopefully they'll be able to use those resources right.
Briefings to update spouses and family members are offered twice each year, during the Family Day in summer and during the annual holiday program held in December. In Great Falls, Montana, this is Senior Master Sergeant Eric Peterson reporting.
Now let's take a moment to see what the members of the 120th Sustainment Services Flight are serving up for us in the dining facility this weekend. Thanks for watching the Montana Air National Guard Report for the month of September. We hope you enjoyed our show. Please forward any story ideas you may have for future shows to the Public Affairs Office. I'm Staff Sergeant Lindsay Soulsby. On behalf of the entire 120th Fighter Wing Public Affairs team, have a great Guard weekend.